Hey folks, and once again we are continuing with the class guide for Medal of Honor Warfighter, and this time we are covering the Heavy Gunner. Probably my least favourite class in the entire game. I don't really enjoy playing as Heavy Gunner, if I'm honest, mainly because it just doesn't really fit my playing style. But here is the lowdown anyway, so let's get started. So the Heavy Gunner is most similar to, say, the Support class on Battlefield 3, and it's really meant as a defensive class. It's equipped with a heavy machine gun, and as such you run very slow, and it's got an accurate semi-auto pistol as a sidearm. You know, it enables it to pack quite a punch. You know, in terms of the grenades, it comes equipped with 2 cluster grenades, which are kind of like 3 small grenades that get thrown together, and they really can take people out if you throw them correctly. A group of people, or maybe over a wall, you kind of giving yourself more chance of taking someone out with a grenade because all 3 of them obviously land in separate places. So the Heavy Gunner has the same special ability as the Sniper class that I covered in one of my other videos. In certain situations you're going to be able to deploy your bipod, which not only gives you more support when firing, but also gives you a directional radar in the shape of a funnel, which kind of shows your enemies in front of you that's in the radar's range. It's a lot more useful as the support class than I believe it is for the Sniper class. You know, deploying your bipod on certain crates and walls with a support class, I think is a lot more useful than it is with a Sniper. For me, though, I just don't get much enjoyment for the sluggishness, you know, and inaccuracy that the Heavy Gunner gives you. The weapon I'm using in this video is the M240, and it isn't too bad as long as you use bursts at medium range. Beyond 3 or 4 bullets, the recoil really starts to go up, but if you're using 3 or 4 bullets, you can get an accurate, you know, an accurate spread, and it will drop people as well. So you just really need to be picking your times. You don't really want to go full auto with it that much unless you've maybe got a bipod deployed, you're set up somewhere, or you're at really close range. Other than that, you don't really want to be going full auto with this gun at all. So let's go over some support actions, shall we? You've probably noticed the pattern if you've been watching my other guides. The defensive support actions are identical for each class, and it's only really the offensive ones that change. For the Heavy Gunner, the first offensive action is to call in a Black Hawk transport. What this does is it gives you a spawn point for not only your fire team, but your entire team, so they don't have to use the fallback option when spawning in, but they can instead spawn right in on the chopper and rope down. It will also at times take you to the gunner seat of the Black Hawk to mount the minigun and help defend your team. Once again, of course, the smoke screen is the defensive action for this tier. So moving on to tier 2, we have the standard fire team replenish as the defensive action, but for the offensive this time you have the MK machine gun. It's a gun that you may have seen in the trailers where the soldier deploys this little machine gun in front of him. Well, that's this. It's good for picking up a few fast kills. It's a bit of fun. Tier 3, and things start to hot up a little. If you want some offensive action, then you can laser a point and the M60 Black Hawk will swoop in and rain hell on that location. Good for taking out people near or in a building, you know, that are holed up defending a flag or a point. And we also have the familiar RQ-7 Shadow if you want to play more defensively. And if you don't know what that is, it's essentially an upgraded UAV. Then, of course, no surprise, the Apache is once again the final support action. So there we have it in a nutshell. That's the Heavy Gunner class explained. As I said before, not my favourite class at all, but it still serves a purpose, so be sure to check it out and make the decision for yourselves. Now to the menus, I can once again show you the gun setup I was using for this video. So here we are in game, and this is what I was using. So I was actually using the German KSK Heavy Gunner. That's the country that I was using. And the weapon that I was using was the M240B, the British SAS variant. So here it is over here. In terms of the optics, I was using the Trigicon. I'm not even sure if that's how you pronounce it. It's essentially a red dot sight for my optics. In terms of the barrel, I was actually using the lightweight barrel as opposed to the heavyweight barrel. Just the one I decided to use, really. If you use this heavy barrel with the Warfighter, you get a lot more effective range, but you lose a lot of the agility. Not that the gun has much agility anyway, so it's going to be even less agile than it already is. With the muzzle, I'm using the flash hider. Again, not really much difference in either one of them. The receiver groove, I'm actually using the lightweight stock, but you can use the para stock, which is only for aesthetics. It's not going to make a difference to the weapon. The wooden stock, however, does. So you can play about with the other stocks as well. And lastly, magazine style, I was using the SAS 100 round, but you can flick between them. You see, there's not really that much difference between any of them, really. They just look slightly different, but that's really about it. Paint job, South African 2000, standard, or not. Yeah, but that was what I was using. So that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you found it informative. Check out the other guides if you haven't already. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.